first assignment I got was that night when I arrived. Al told me I had to go to Philadelphia, Mississippi, which is where Cheney, Goodman, and Schwerner had gotten assassinated in 1964, and defend carrying a concealed weapon charge brought against a young woman who was a Corps worker. She had had a shotgun in the back window of the Volkswagen she was driving. The judge was a garage mechanic, and the trial was in his automobile repair bay. And so I asked Deputy Price if this was a shotgun. Yeah, and I handed him the measuring tape, asked him to measure the barrel, and it was longer than the statute covered. So I said, Your Honor, since the statute clearly doesn't cover this gun, I move the charges be dismissed. And Price just took the shotgun and put it right here and said, boy, either she's guilty or you're dead. And the judge goes, guilty is charged. And fined her, and then we got her out of there because she wasn't going to be able to stay in Neshoba County after that. That was the first experience of just, it was sort of like clear that it was going to be all-out combat. Initially, as a result of seeing a picture walking home from downtown one day in the New York Times of a Mississippi highway patrolman taking a billy club to a little boy's head who was black and holding an American flag. I thought there must be a way for someone with my education and background to be able to help people like the kid in that picture. In the summer of '65, my law firm allowed me to go down as a volunteer, and I spent a month in northern Louisiana, and I stayed for 2 years. People were very helpful in filling you in on the kind of things. Even in Monroe, Louisiana, when I realized that I was being driven from the airport and a cop followed us the whole way, and I was in one of the civil rights workers' cars, and they explained that cop would be following me everywhere, waiting for any kind of failure to do a turn signal or anything and so you learned pretty quickly that you had to be careful, and so when I got beaten up in the courthouse, I mean, I'd already knew that you pull your knees to your chest, you put your hands around the back of your neck, you curl forward, and basically you minimize the injuries when you're getting stomped. And the real heroes of the movement were the local blacks who showed such extraordinary courage and stick-to-itiveness and bravery in trying to achieve the right to vote. There's no question that they had a huge impact on me, and I was extraordinarily lucky to be able to have that opportunity and learn that. And I spent a ton of time at Parchman, the state penitentiary, representing people that had been accused of rape or something and told if they didn't plead guilty they'd get lynched, get the death penalty, and they'd plead guilty and they'd work on that huge cotton plantation, which was a huge moneymaker for the state. With all the hostility directed towards us, we did them a huge favor because we expedited the process of putting the end to state-sanctioned segregation, which was destroying their economy, their judicial system, their educational system. And after they got beyond that, then they started to recover economically as a non-union area. Alabama and Mississippi started attracting industry because it was cheap. It was so wrong, and what Dr. King did was so important in articulating the goals and the mission and the inspiration. And but they never, I don't think they ever would agree that we'd done them a huge favor.